texted me yesterday if it's not possible to talk about the Crawford fight for February or meet to yesterday here in Los Angeles with him.
Canelo versus Crawford is one of those dream fights fans have longed to see, but boxing politics has played a major role in preventing it from happening.
An ability to cut off the ring is more, and he's bigger and stronger, and I think, there's a risk there for Crawford, but this is why you tune in, right? Crawford keeps doing the...
However, the fight was secured through the efforts of His Excellency Turki Alish. In a recent face-off, Canelo shared some details that make this matchup even more worth the wait. Yo, Turki, tell them, we're going for Canelo next. Yes, let's go Canelo. Come on. While Canelo is gearing up to face Crawford, he's also pursuing another highly anticipated fight. However, it seems that bout might not happen either. Let's catch you up on the latest.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk.
Terence Crawford, now 36 years old, is focused on fighting the biggest names in boxing. He's no longer interested in small bouts. He wants fights that matter, fights that will be remembered for years to come. That's why his sights are set on Saul Canelo Alvarez. For Crawford, this is the kind of fight that could change everything, and he knows it. Crawford has already cemented his place in history as the first male fighter in the four-belt era to become undisputed in two weight divisions, an unparalleled achievement. In one of his most recent fights, he delivered a stunning performance, completely dismantling fellow champion Errol Spence Jr. Crawford dominated from the opening bell and finished Spence off in the 9th round. It was one of those moments where everyone watching realized, this guy is something special.
How can you, a man coming from 147, I know he's a great man. Crawford is a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody...
Now, Crawford has set his sights on Canelo, who is also an undisputed champion. However, there's a major challenge. Canelo fights 3 weight classes above Crawford's most recent bout, a massive leap that most wouldn't even consider attempting. But Crawford isn't like most fighters. He believes he can make it happen. Canelo, on the other hand, hasn't always been convinced. For a long time, he dismissed the idea of fighting Crawford, arguing that there wasn't much to gain. If he won, critics would say Crawford was too small. If he lost, it would be a devastating blow to his reputation. What's the point? Canelo used to say. But now something has shifted.
Canelo, I think that's weird, because you'd have to gain 20 pounds.
Yeah.
But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford.
Well, catch weight. We can do something at a catch weight.
What weight you think?
Probably 160 or something.
But you said 154 is the highest you want to go.
Yeah.
At a recent No Golf, No Life event, Canelo spoke about Crawford in a noticeably different tone. He praised Crawford as a great fighter and expressed openness to the matchup, with one condition: the money has to be right. At this point in my career, I'll fight anyone, Canelo said. But it has to make sense for me. The money has to be there. Why not? This is where Saudi Arabia enters the picture. Turki Alish is making waves in the boxing world, having already spent massive sums to bring high-profile fights to the region. Now he's setting his sights on a Canelo versus Crawford showdown. The kind of money he's offering could very well turn this long-awaited dream fight into a reality.
Crawford and Canelo were to come to fruition, you see that being competitive, still even with the 21-pound difference, Jim?
If I'm Crawford, I don't want to have to go up to 168 pounds to get the fight. I want to somehow gull Canelo into thinking that it's okay to fight him at, best of...
Why is Canelo suddenly showing interest? It's because Crawford has been making significant moves. After defeating Errol Spence Jr., Crawford stepped up to super welterweight and took on Israel Madov. He won that fight as well, becoming the WBA world champion in the process. Not only did Crawford prove he could handle bigger opponents, but he also unveiled a new style. He wasn't moving around the ring as much. He was more aggressive, more willing to stand and trade punches. That shift caught Canelo's attention. In an interview with *Sway's Universe*, Canelo Canelo acknowledged that Crawford's last fight piqued his interest. "I'm in," Canelo said. "If the money is right, I'm ready." He's a great fighter, but for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight, easy money. I saw in his last fight that he doesn't move as much now, so I'm interested.
Power. Or by no power? Yeah. We're not to roll with punches. We're not to take power. You can take your power away from him. How you take a power puncher? Take the power away from a puncher. Let us know. No, I ain't gonna tell you. You should know.
Slide off, take something off the shot here and there.
That's
Canelo's comments have sparked plenty of debate. Is he underestimating Crawford, or is his confidence justified? Canelo has faced all kinds of opponents, bigger, smaller, older, younger, and has proven his ability to adapt. But Crawford is a different challenge altogether. Crawford isn't just a great fighter, he's a master of adjustment. Against Spence, he was nearly untouchable, showcasing his defensive brilliance and precision. Against Madoff, he displayed aggression and power, taking the fight to his opponent. Crawford's ability to excel in any style makes him a uniquely dangerous opponent.
With Crawford going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
But not 68.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo.
Canelo. I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power.
Crawford isn't backing down. To fight Canelo, he would need to move up another 14 pounds to 168. A significant leap, especially for someone who started as a lightweight. But Crawford seems ready for the challenge. For him, it's not about size. It's about proving that skill can triumph over size. Canelo, however, remains skeptical. Last year, he told Boxing AZ Teka that fighting Crawford might not be worth the risk. "They'll criticize me no matter what," Canelo said. "If I win, they'll say Crawford was too small. If I lose, it'll be even worse." It's a lose-lose situation.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity. Yeah.
But Canelo's perspective has shifted, and the reason is clear: the money. Saudi Arabia is offering massive paydays, and that kind of cash can make anyone reconsider. Yet this fight isn't just about the money, it's about legacy. Beating Crawford would add another legendary name to Canelo's already impressive resume. On the other hand, losing to Crawford would be a shock, but would also demonstrate Canelo's willingness to take risks. Fans are divided. Some believe Canelo's power and size would overwhelm Crawford, while others think Crawford's speed, technique, and ring intelligence could secure him the win. It's the kind of debate that makes fights like this so thrilling. Everyone has an opinion, but no one knows for sure what would happen. Adding another layer to the story, some believe Canelo has been avoiding Crawford for years. While he dismissed the idea of fighting Crawford, citing the size difference, others wonder if it was because he saw something in Crawford that made him hesitate. Now, with Canelo's newfound interest, some fans speculate it's less about the money and more about silencing those doubts.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen.
Crawford, on the other hand, appears fearless. He's chasing greatness, undeterred by whoever stands in his way. For him, it's not about the money, it's about proving he's the best, no matter the odds. This relentless drive is part of what makes Crawford so special. As of now, nothing is set in stone. Canelo is still weighing his options, with a potential fight against David Benavidez, the IBF super middleweight champion, also on the table. That matchup would be a major draw as well. However, the buzz surrounding Crawford versus Canelo is impossible to ignore, especially with Turki Alashik eager to bring the fight to fruition. It feels like this dream bout is closer than ever. The big question remains, how effective can Crawford be as he continues moving up in weight? There are signs that the transition might be taking a toll. His knockout streak has ended, and while he's still an exceptional boxer, the power he once showcased at welterweight hasn't fully translated to higher divisions. David Benavidez, an unbeaten powerhouse in the super middleweight division, shared his perspective during a conversation with DAZN. As someone deeply familiar with the challenges of the 168-pound division, Benavidez's opinion carries weight. He expressed respect for Crawford's skills but believes the odds are heavily stacked against him in a fight with Canelo. Crawford is great, but Canelo is a different challenge altogether, Benavidez explained. Drawing from Crawford's recent fights, particularly his victory over Israel Madoff to claim the WBA super welterweight title, Benavidez noted something critical. Crawford's power didn't seem as effective at 154 pounds as it was at 147. I'm not saying he struggled, but he didn't have the same power he had at welterweight, Benavidez said. This observation is key because power can be a game changer, especially against someone like Canelo, who has a granite chin and thrives in the super middleweight division. With both fighters eyeing greatness, the debate over skill, size, and legacy continues to captivate fans.